Hello dear students, today I will discuss about hydrolysis. As in previous lecture I told you about homolytic bond fusion. In that the formation of free radical, that is the intermediate, which are reaction intermediate basically take place. Now I will told you today about the hydrolysis. This hydrolysis produce two type of charge species. It may be cation, it may be anion. According to the respect of carbon, that means they may be formed carbocations, they may be formed carbon ions. So that's why the two type of reaction intermediate may be produced by the hydrolytic bond fusion. Then I told you about the reaction intermediate. These are basically highly reactive chemical species through which the majority of reaction take place. Basically, the intermediates are free radicals, carbocations, carbon ions, natrium, carbene and benzene. But out of these, only we have to focus on free radicals, carbocations and carbon ions. So now dear students, let us start the today lecture on the topic hydrolytic bond fusion. Hydrolytic bond fusion in a covalent bond of organic compound. Now this is also known as asymmetrical bond fusion, or also known as ionic bond fusion, or also known as hydrolysis. So as the name indicates, asymmetrical bond fusion, that means the breaking of bond take place in such a way that the electron pair are shifted towards one atom of two bonded atom. So now what happens here basically? Look at here. Shifting of electron pair towards one atom. That's why the bonded electrons shift towards only one atom. That's why they produce charge species. Look the conditions A and B. Here two electrons, one electrons of A and one electrons of B are bonded in the form of covalent bond. Now what happens? If A is less electronegative than B, in that condition the shifting of both lone pair take place like this towards the B, and hence it generates two type of charge species, one positively charged and one negatively charged. One more condition may be right. If in between AB the A is more electronegative than B, this is basically electronegativity of A and B. So electronegativity of A is more than B. In that condition what happens? The whole electron, that is whole two electrons are shifted towards A. Now A get negative charge and B get positive charge. So on the basis of electronegativity, that's why I told you have to learn the some values of electronegativity of some elements. just like fluorine, chlorine, nitrogen, iodine, bromine, carbon, hydrogen, phosphorus. These are the basic requirement of organic chemistry. So that's why you have to focus on the electronegativity value also. Now, one more example you can take in terms of carbon. If we have taken the example of methyl chloride, so look at here, this one bond is formed by 2 electrons. Now Cl is more electronegative than carbon, so that's why all the bonds shift towards Cl. So this is the also example of electrolysis. Now this generate carbon plus charge and plus Cl minus N. So this carbon plus charge is reaction intermediate and this is known as carbocation. This is known as carbocation. If this type of molecule is given also, now here what happens? C is more electronegative than Y. This is the electronegativity value. In that condition, both the shared electrons we have shifted towards carbon. Now, carbon got negative charge and Y get positive charge. In that condition, this carbon containing negative charge is known as carbanion. Carbanion. So this indicated the hydrolytic bond fusion in a covalent bond molecules provide two type of charge species, carbocations and carbanions. This depend upon the difference in electronegativity. Now look the condition for formation of charge species, that is how you know that the bond fusion take place by electrolytic condition. So look this, basically condition for, that means which condition favor the condition for electrolysis. Now look at here, what happens? First, polar solvent should be required. Then difference in electronegativity, this is known as difference and this is chi. Chi, the symbol for electronegativity, is very large. In that condition, what happens here? Both indicate the breaking of bond take place by electrolysis. So now these all about the electrolytic bond fusion. That is also the basic requirement of organic chemistry and basically in reaction mechanism. Now let us focus on the next topic, reaction intermediate. Reaction intermediate. Now what is this basically? This is highly reactive. This is highly reactive, short-lived, chemical species. Chemical species through which majority of reaction take place. So you can define the reaction intermediate by this way. This is the highly reactive, short-lived chemical species. Basically, the life of this chemical species is 10 to the power minus 6 to few seconds. Chemical species through which the majority of reaction take place are known as reaction intermediate. Generally, these reaction intermediates are free radicals having the one odd electron, then carbocation, then carbon ion, then carbene, then nitrene, then benzene. So these are the reaction intermediate, that is the free radicals, carbocations, carbon ions, carbene, nitrene and benzene. Out of these you have to only focus here free radicals, carbon ions and carbocations. Nowadays students, let us focus on the free radicals. Are you getting this point? The reaction intermediates are basically highly reactive, short-lived chemical species, and that intermediate may be free radicals, carbocations, carbon ions, carbene, nitrene and benzene. Out of these, only you have to focus on the free radical, carbon ions and carbocations. Now, let us start about the free radical. So first intermediate, you have to know about free radical. Free radical. Now let us start the first intermediate, that is free radical. Free radical. It will be defined as an atom or group of atoms having one unpaired electron. This will be defined like this. Now look the alpha diagram of free radical. Carbon the center, here 3 are alkyl group or hydrogen or aryl group attached like this, and one orbital is, this is unhybridized p orbital. This contains one electron. This electron is specifically known as odd electron or unpaired electron. Here sigma bond, sigma bond, sigma bond. So due to presence of 3 sigma bond, the hybridization of this carbon is sp2. So this is the orbital diagram of free radicals. Now R may be H or alkyl group or aryl group or both alkyl and aryl or hydrogen and alkyl group. So this is the orbital diagram. Now some property about free radicals which you have to know for examination point of view. So look at here, dear students. Again, free radicals is an atom or group of atom having the unpaired electron. Now some property, they contain 7 electrons in outermost cell. Here 3 electron, 3 pair of electron in the bond pair of plus 1 unpaired electron, or you can say 1 odd electron. Now due to potence of odd electron, I told you that it has generated one property, that is paramagnetic. Due to presence of one electron, it is paramagnetic in nature. And I also told you, due to presence of one unpaired electrons, it is also colored. So free radicals are colored also. Now some more property about the free It is neutral species. They have no charge. Now the shape is trigonal, planar. Some more property which you have to know for free radical, that is odd electron present in unhybridized p orbital which is perpendicular to hybrid orbital. One more important property about the free radicals. Free radical also show disproportionation. So this I told you that about disproportionation. One species oxidized and same species reduced is known as disproportionation. Now students, one example of disproportionation: hydrogenation. In case of wood reaction, this reaction is oxygen called reactions. The formation of alkane from alkyl halide. Wood reaction. Look at here. About this condition, C2H5 dot plus C2H5 dot. Here 1H add to this carbon. Now this form C2H4 plus C2H6. So look at here, 1H move from here, so that's why this reduce and this oxidize. This I told you that removal of H is known as oxidation and addition of H is known as reduction. So by this way, these are the property of free radicals which you have to know. Nowadays friends, free radicals are formed in which reactions? Radicals are formed. So the type of reaction in which free radicals are intermediate. So first, addition of HBr to unsymmetrical alkene in presence of peroxide. Here also radical sheet form, and this I told you, this is the anti-Marconi porphyrin. Second example, free radical substitution of alkene. Free radical substitution in alkene. One more example, Kolbe electrolysis. About this electrolysis I told you in class 11. Kolbe electrolysis is responsible for formation of alkenes and alkyne. Now these are the type of reactions where the reaction intermediate is free radical. Now stability. How will you decide the stability of free radical? So this is due to inductive effect. But more important is hyperconjugation hyperconjugation and resonance. So these are the cause of stability in case of free radical. What? Inductive effect, hyperconjugation and resonance. Now let us explain by taking one example about the stability. Again here 3 degree. Free radicals is more stable just like carbocation. Dot is more stable than 2 degree free radical. This is more stable than 1 degree free radical. Now look the condition. This carbon is sp2 hybridized and this is alpha carbon with respect to sp2 hybridized carbon. Now this alpha carbon contains 3H, so 3H, total 9 alpha H. More the number of alpha H, more will be the hyperconjugation, that is more will be the stability. Here this contains 6 alpha H, this contains 3 alpha H, and this contains no alpha H. So now the stability can be found by the looking the number of alpha H, more the number of alpha H, more will be the stability. Now by the inductive effect, plus I effect, the more the plus I effect, more will be the stability of free radicals. So by this way, you can also find the stability of free radical. Now, second, carbocation. How can we define the carbocation? Charge species having positively charged, carbon center is known as carbocation. That is again charge species having the positively charged carbon center is known as carbocation. Now, how the carbocations will be formed? So this is by the heterolysis bond fusion. So look the condition: CH3, Cl. This carbocations may be formed by heterolysis. In this, I told you that the bond breaking takes place in such a way that the shifting of bond towards more electronegative element. So here, the carbon contains plus charge and Cl got negative charge. Now this carbon is known as containing positive charge is known as carbocation. So by this way, the formation of carbocation takes place. Now, dear students, look the structure of carbocations, and then we decide the some properties. So carbon plus charge, 1 sigma bond by R and R, and this also contains 1 unhybridized p orbital. So this is basically unhybridized p orbital. Either you can say vacant p orbital. This is sigma 1. Now the hybridization of this carbon is sp2, just like a free radicals. The free radicals and carbocations are sp2 hybridized carbon. Now again R may be H, may be alkyl group, may be aryl, that is ring, benzene ring. Here the bond angle is 120 degree. Now some more points regarding the carbocations, which you have to put it down. So look at here. First, 3 bond pair plus one unhybridized and healthy diced bracket p orbital. So one question may be right: how many orbitals have bracket in this species? So one bracket p orbitals, 3 bond pairs. That's why they have 6 electrons in outermost shell. Now 2 electrons are less to complete the octet. That's why it behave as electrophile. That is electron loving species. And also behave as Lewis acid. Lewis acid are basically electron per receptor. So this have 2 electron less than to complete the octet. So that's why it can take 2 electrons and hence known as Lewis acid. Now this is diamagnetic because all electrons are paired. Diamagnetic due to pairing of electrons. They were due to presence of paired electrons. They are known as diamagnetic. So these are some basic properties which are related to the carbocation. Now next, how will you decide the stability of carbocation? The stability of carbocation. Stability of carbocation. In next lecture, I will told you about the inductive effect, resonance, hyperconjugation, and electromagnetic effect. And that is the last lecture of general organic chemistry, which are the basic requirement of to learn the organic chemistry and their reaction mechanism. Now, stability of carbocation will be decided by either inductive effect. It will be 2 times plus I and minus I. Then hyperconjugation, and then resonance. So by 3 way we can decide the stability of carbocation. So look one example. 3 degree carbocation similarly as free radicals are more stable than 2 degree, and 2 degree carbocation is more stable than 1 degree. So 3 degree is more stable than 2 degree carbocation. Then 2 degree is more stable than 1 degree carbocation, and 1 degree is more stable than methyl carbocation. To look the conditions, if we apply the inductive effect, the carbon have only plus I effect, and plus I means they can donate the electron. Now the electrons are donated from 3 sides, so that's why positive charge decreases. If the positive charge decreases, here also positive charge decreases, here also positive charge decreases due to plus I effect, due to plus I effect. In that condition, what happens? Here more decrease of positive charge take place, so that's why less the charge, more will be the stability. So that's why 3 degree carbocation is more stable than 3 degree carbocation is more stable than 2 degree. 2 degree is more stable than 1 degree, and this is basically known as super bond. Again, look at here. The carbon having the positive charge are attached by 3 carbon. That's why this is known as 3 degree carbocation. Here the carbon having the positive charge attached by 2 carbon, so that's why this is known as 2 degree carbon. Here the carbon contains positive charge attached by 1 carbon, so that's why this is known as 1 degree carbocation. Now by applying the hyperconjugation, so again look, sp2 carbon, and this sp2 carbon attached by alpha carbon, alpha carbon, alpha carbon. The alpha carbon having 3H, 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 that's why this have 9 alpha H, this have 6 alpha H, similarly this have 3 alpha H, and this have no alpha H. So more the number of alpha H, more will be the stability of carbocations. So by this way you can find the stability of carbocation. Now you have to know that in which reactions the intermediates are carbocations. So the type of reactions, in which type of reaction in which carbocationic intermediate. So first of all, addition reaction. Addition reaction in alkene, alkyne. Second, elimination reaction. Elimination reaction, that is basically beta elimination of alcohol, alkyl halide. Then SN1 reaction, that is substitution nucleophilic first order kinetics. SN1 reactions of alkyl halide. SN1 reaction of alkyl halide. So these are the common reactions where the carbocations are intermediate. So now last intermediate which we have to know for board examination, that is carbanion. So third intermediate is carbanion. This may be also defined as the charged species, charged chemical species, basically species causes negatively charged carbon center is known as carbanions. So this is also formed by the hydrolytic bond fusion. So look the condition, CH3H. Here the bond break, this is more electronegative, so that's why the bond break like this, and this will generate CH3 negative charge and H plus, and this CH3 known as here carbanion. This is known as carbanion. Now dear friends, as I told you that carbanions are found by hydrolytic bond fusion. Now look the structure of carbanions. So here I will focus on the structure of carbanions and then properties of carbanions, and also I told you the reaction in which carbanions are intermediates. It have pyramidal shape just like the ammonia. So here it shows the lone pair of electron. This is also sp3 hybridized carbon orbitals, sigma bond, sigma bond, sigma bond. So now this just like we have an ammonia. So now the shape is pyramidal, bond angle is less than 109 degree 28 minutes, and just like ammonia. Look the diagram of ammonia also. It is also pyramidal in shape, having the one lone pair, and 3 bond pair. Now this is complete octet. Hybridization of this carbon is sp3. This also have sp3 hybridization. So that's why the carbon ions are just like a ammonia. Now this is the alternate diagram of carbon ions. Now let us focus on the some properties of carbon ions. So first of all, एक इलेक्ट्रॉन in outermost cell, that is complete octet, but even they are highly reactive due to presence of electron. They can donate electrons. Now here what happens basically? 3 bond pair plus 1 lone pair, then it is diamagnetic due to presence of all paid electrons. Then one more important thing, this also behave as nucleophile, that is nucleus loving. The nucleus loving species, and also behave as Lewis base, because it can donate its lone pair and hence can behave as Lewis base. So these are some basic properties which are related to the carbon ions. One more thing, ammonia and carbon ion are isostructural. Maybe one question is write the one neutral molecules which have same structure like carbon ion. Your answer is ammonia, and this is basically due to same hybridization and same structure. They behave as isostructure. So these are some basic properties which you have to know about carbon ions. Now one more thing, stability. See how we decide the stability of carbon ion. The stability can be decided by either inductive effect or resonance. In this condition, hyperconjugation is not involved because octets are complete. That's a movement of electron do not take place, and hence here no hyperconjugation take place. Now students, now type of reactions, basically where the carbon ions are formed. So type of reaction where the carbon ions are intermediate. So these are the most common example: aldol condensation, that is aldol reaction, Perkin reaction, one more reactions basically involving carbon ion, and these reactions are basically Cannizzaro reaction. These Cannizzaro reaction. So here you have to know basically aldol condensations and Cannizzaro reactions, which are most important.